Shalom, it's the 29th of May, and we are looking at the book of James. So, just James 3 verse 13. It talks about wisdom and those who have understanding the meekness of wisdom, and understanding that wisdom is through good works and kindness. Now, this is an interesting thought when I thought about this morning, as I always thought that wisdom is something you say, it's words, something you can teach someone, and when they hear that and then they apply it and then they understand what it's about. But the basic principle of wisdom is that it's intertwined with truth. Truth is the theoretical aspect of Yahweh's character, and then wisdom is the practical implementation of that truth, which is connected to faith, which is found on the word Amunah, that means to be faithful, to do what is right and to continue what is right until it is complete, and you do it 100% with the right attitude. That's from the previous studies we looked at in the book of James, based on the Greek word for fulfill. And so faith is connected to truth, is connected to wisdom. So wisdom is basically the consequence or the outcome, the result of the truth that you received, and it's also based on the outcome of you making a decision to act on the truth, which is the foundation of faith. And what we see in James 3 here is that the good deed, or the deeds that are done, which we all know is the word mitzvot, which are good works, which are basically the positive commandments in the Torah, all the good works, are founded upon truth, and they are an expression of Yahweh's character. And that is the concept of wisdom. Now, James not only call it wisdom, he call it meekness, or humble wisdom, gentle wisdom. And that means that when you transfer the wisdom through your deeds, it is done in a very gentle way. It's not done to force it down someone's throat or to pour it down their ears. It is done in such a way that people will observe, it will draw their attention to it, and they will want to know why you do that, and they will want to know why do you do these kind of deeds to me, especially to unbelievers. So actions are the medium for transferring wisdom. Now, if you read on in James 3:13 through the rest of the chapter till the end, it actually depicts wisdom in the format of character traits. And when I saw that, I immediately make the connection that the expressed wisdom, which is based on the truth, equals Yahweh's character. And in the same passage, a few passages, it also alludes to the fact that there is a opposing wisdom, a worldly wisdom, a negative wisdom, if you will, that has to do with the heart of the self-seeking and envious person. So, and that highlights the fact of wisdom that's from Yahweh is from meekness, humility, selfless attitude, and worldly wisdom is grounded and based on envy and self-seeking, selfishness, and the ego. So when your heart is not pure, that's why we need to guard our hearts. We need to test our hearts to see what's in them, because the heart will determine what fountain is springing from your innermost being. Now, I'm going to share a bit more about the fountain the body, that's a sanctuary, and how that connects through the passages in James, but that's for Friday evening. But what is in the heart will spring forth as a fountain, and it will flow through your mouth, through words. Now, what it also said about the opposing wisdom, or the negative wisdom, or the evil wisdom, is that it's opposing the truth, because it's not founded on truth. It's not from above. It's not from Yahweh. And it specifically say that this evil wisdom is from a soulish, demonic source, not from Yahweh. And that is the warning to us. So now we know yet again we are in a world of duality. There's the light, there's darkness. Light equals truth. Light equals Yahweh. Yahweh equals His character that is expressed in gentle wisdom, through actions, through works, kind works, mitzvot. Evil wisdom comes from a dark place, comes from the lower realm. The lower realm is basically hosting evil within the members that are full of darkness. I watched a movie the other day. I can't remember what the movie was, but it had the idea of software that exists, and it procreates from one device to another. So whether it's a computer, whether it's a phone, it creates the host for hosting the software. So in order to get rid of this evil software, they had to destroy or to ban or shun all devices from hosting this evil software. In the same way, evil exists within people, within their hearts, and our hearts host evil thoughts. We are envious, we are selfish, and that then make that person part of the camp of the enemy, the camp of the opposer. So if we want to overcome the enemy, we should not destroy the host. We should convert the host so that they can expel the evil from their hearts. And that's the work of the Mashiach. It says that He will save us from sin. And sin is the premise for hosting evil. We are in a lower state. We are surrounded by a fallen state, if you will. And we ourselves are born into a fallen state with a lower nature, a soulish nature, without the spiritual content, the neshama. And if we are in a soulish state, that means that we are hosting and the carriers of evil, and in this case, the evil wisdom that comes from a selfish heart. So in order to overcome that, we need to renew our hearts, guard our hearts through receiving the word with the help of the Spirit, and then we can become hosts of Yahweh, His kingdom, and have fountains of living water flowing from within us. So that's my thoughts for today. I hope you have a lovely day. I'll speak to you Friday. Shalom.